Hey guys, so let's do some market review. Well, yesterday I was kind of busy and I could not do our usual market review. Need to rest. All right, so this is the DXY chart, and you can see that the market yesterday was just, let's say, sideways. We took out this liquidity pool here, and the market kind of jumped a bit because of that. And yeah, so let's look at the market again from a very clear perspective. So if you were to ask me, okay, what direction would this market likely go, right? What direction will it go? Now, looking at this chart here, we have a fair value gap of interest at this point here, right? So I have this fair value gap right here, right? So that's maybe where price will drop for today, because market is it's already close to the gap. So it's likely a price is going to drop and hit that gap, right? And if price hits that gap, you could see price bounce off. It could act like a support level, right? So it could act like look at this gap here. See how price bounced on the gap. What happened? It acted like a support level, right? So market can also do the same thing, act like a support level and go for this daily liquidity at this top here, right? So it's possible that price could act like this and then go for this higher liquidity, right? And go for this higher liquidity, right? So basically, Euro USD, I have the daily chart. Same thing, something very similar. We have this liquidity pool here. You can see that on DXY, we're already in that fair value gap, right? See the gap here? And you can see that gap already in that daily fair value gap, right? So you could see this push price to the downside. So if you were to ask me what direction am I anticipating on this particular guy, I anticipate bearish price action, right? So I feel that price might just react on this imbalance and then go downwards, right? So that's what I feel and I believe, right? Note that trading is all probability. The fact that you think the market is going to do something doesn't mean it's going to do that thing, right? So market is all probabilities. This trading is all probability. So I feel the price is going to react and then drop for this lower liquidity end, right? So drop for this liquidity down here. That's what I feel. And market is going to do this and then drop. All right. So now, for this one, I feel for this guy, all right, to react from this and then possibly drop to this liquidity pool low here, and then that's what I feel that this guy is going to do. And that's what I feel that he's going to do, right? So let us see what will happen. So of course, we have to, of course, wait for lower time frame confirmation, right? But on all this analysis, I'm not here to tell you this is lower time frame. I'm not here to tell you intraday, because um lower time frames are always dynamic, right? That's one thing about lower time frames, they are very dynamic. The most important thing is to know the direction of the markets, right? That's the most important thing, right? Lower time frame, if you go to lower time frame now, you might see it set up on maybe the London and it gets violated and then plays out in the New York. That is why we don't really focus on lower time frames when we are giving analysis, because market is always changing. You can see it stop on lower time frame now, and before 1 hour it has gone, it is no longer valid, and then you're seeing another setup, right? So it's just dynamic. So the most important thing is to know the higher time frame direction. If you know the higher time frame direction, then you can always navigate the lower time frame, regardless of how dynamic it is. As it's changing, you're following it just because you already have the higher time frame direction, right? So for GBPUSD, all right, GBPUSD is kind of has been dumping for quite some time, and one of the reasons why I've been kind of very skeptical about this guy. Okay, so for this guy, you can see, right, I had this gap here, push price up, could not take price up if fell. You can see the price took out the liquidity pool here, and that has been the case for GBPUSD. So GBPUSD doesn't really look that very bearish, because why? We have taken our liquidity already, right? This are taking our liquidity, right? Taking our liquidity, right? We have taken our liquidity, right? So taking our liquidity, there's GPUSD does not really look good for sales, right? But we still have this trend line liquidity here, which has not been grabbed. So if price is really going to be bullish on the XY, right, we might see price just go down for GPUSD. But I would try to stay away from GPUSD because the bearish setup is not very clear. We have taken this liquidity pool already, right? The setup for itself is not very valid. Let's check 4 hour chart to see what 4 hours is doing, because the daily is not clear. So you can see 4 hour now. If you take from this swing high, take on this swing high down to this swing low, you can see that even for 4 hour, price can choose to run high a bit. So market can choose to extend up a bit to this discount price level. Right. So I feel that GBPUSD might just go up a bit. Right. It's not really so it's not so ripe for sales. Right. It has tendency to go towards this 50% of this trading range from here to here. Can choose to go higher. Right. That's why I'm very skeptical about GBPUSD. So I would not really be taking trades on GBPUSD because it's not very clear. Right. It's not very clear. Right. So let us see what will happen. Right. So even if we must sell GBPUSD, we can wait for this previous daily high to be captured. Right. That may be a reason why it will sell. So just look at this previous daily high. If market takes it out, right, and then maybe gives a kind of confirmation, right, maybe a reason to go, to go short, right, and you have this inverted gap. So if markets can take out this previous daily high, then that may be a reason to sell. But I'll be more focused on the euro, the euro USD. Right, for GBP, JPY, GJ, GJ has been very, very bullish, right? So markets, remember that piece I said the market was likely going to go for this level here, this order flow. We have this imbalance inside there, which I will not be marking. You can see this fair value gap inside there between this candle and this candle, that gap here. You can see as price has tapped on that order flow. And remember on the monthly chart, we are very, very bullish, right? We are still having that bullish monthly sentiment, right? So that monthly high, which we want price to take out, right? So we're just seeing some stalling, right? Market is just retracing and all of those fun stuff. So market can just choose to continue buying for GJ. Right, let us quickly look at the yen basket, just understand what we are doing. Let us quickly look at the yen basket. Right, this is the yen basket now. The JPY basket. So you can see that the JPY basket has been very bearish, right? You can see it has been dumping and it has been dumping for God knows how long. Right, so now look at this level now. We have hit this fair value gap. All right, so I've hit this fair value gap and for my C price, I've hit this fair value gap and this can make price to keep dropping. All right, let's go to the monthly chart on this guy. On the monthly chart, okay, we are at an all-time low, right? Monthly chart was at an all-time low. Price making an all-time low. All right, let's be careful. Let's be careful because price making all-time low doesn't really look so good, but doesn't mean that price is going to retrace. So let's check the market. So I feel this level, and if you take your FIB to from this high, so that we are not yet at 50%. Right, not yet at 50%. So let's see if price used to go higher, it might. So for me, I feel the market is still bearish based on what I can see on the market structure. Market is still bearish. I have this bigger price can choose to go higher, maybe go to 50%, or it can just sell off. Right, so let's be mindful. But since that we have made it an all-time low, we have to be very careful with ourselves on this guy because all-time lows means there's no liquidity target anymore. Right, there's no target on liquidity to the downside, right? So let's be mindful of that and know that we have made a bearish order block. Market has gone below this order block. We have a kind of bearish order block here. And if you are to judge that, we also have what a bearish imbalance, right? A bearish imbalance here, right? That was made by this bearish order block. So we might see price jump further. We might see the price jump further. If you go to the 4-hour chart, you can see that price is trying to get the 4-hour chart. Let's get a 4-hour chart. All right. If you want to look at 4-hour charts here, right? So 4-hour charts, you can see we took out this swing low here, and then we made a 4-hour is currently bearish. Market took out the swing low and then made a big gap. Right? Market can choose to run for that high, this gap here, and then drop lower. So this might be an area of interest. This fair value gap that was created here by this 4-hour drop, and then price can choose to come there and then drop off, right? So for now on GJ, I would possibly be looking for buy opportunities at least to this fair value gap here, right? Or this imbalance here, this daily imbalance here, right? So I don't really have anything concrete on GPY, right? So I think that should be all for the day. All right, so that is what we have for. If you ask me, we are bullish. We are bullish. Ask me, we are bullish. This other flow might make price to run higher, right? But market can choose to retrace. Right? That's one thing. We have this gap here, right? We have this other block here, which price has not topped. Price has not tapped this other block. price has not taken out this liquidity pool here. All right, that is the reason. So market can choose to drop further for a deeper retracement. All right, taking out the liquidity pool here and then maybe tap this other block down here. All right, so just be mindful that the market can choose to retrace deep. All right, just be mindful of that. Market can choose to retrace deeper. All right, so for me, I'll just be staying away from GJ until price comes to a discount level. All right, you can see USD chart. Remember, I marked this place here. I told you guys that price might go for this liquidity pool here, right? And I can see that price is already doing that. Market price should go for this liquidity pool here. So that for USD chart. Remember, I marked this earlier. I've been talking about it all through. Right, so market can choose to take out this inducement here, and then maybe sell off from this other block. Right. So this inducement will be a good area to take out. Market can choose to take it out, blow through it, and then we'll see. So I'm kind of still bullish on USD chart. Right, remember what I told you guys. I'm still bullish on USD chart. Right, let's look at the last pair. Let's look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, remember Bitcoin, I told you guys we're going for 75K. So you can see our price has already said, getting bullish. We have a 75K level there. Right, let's go to the 4-hour chart. Right, so remember I marked this out for you guys. Look at that price had taken this inducement, then hit this other block. I can see that this was already marked beforehand, right? This was marked from the 2-hour chart, I think. Right, on the 2-hour chart I mark. Okay, that is it. So market has taken this inducement, which I marked beforehand. Remember I marked this inducement beforehand. Right, I marked it beforehand. And I also mark this trendline liquidity. So you can see I mark this out. You can see price has taken out the trendline liquidity, which I marked out beforehand. You can watch my older videos. Market has taken out this inducement, which I marked beforehand. So now this may be an area for a sell. If that area does not hold, then we're going for 75K level. So if this area, if this other block does not hold, that means you're going to likely go for 75K level, right? The 15-minute chart, right? Okay, it's kind of a bearish structure on 15 minutes, but I feel that price is going to go higher, right? So for the 2-hour currently, we're in a bearish market. We took out market structure, came back to our other belt that led to the break of structure. This other belt that led to the break of structure. The market can choose to sell off here for a while, right? So just keep an eye on this place. If this place does not hold, I am to go for 75K level. So for this, at this point now, I am bearish. The price is currently trading here, right? But we can choose to go for 75K level. But looking at the current market action, market can choose to sell a bit from here, because you can see this place was already marked beforehand. It was marked beforehand, right? I'm not just marking it now. So watch my other videos to check out if I actually talk about it or not, right? This is good. Gold has not, gold made an all-time high. So I don't really know how to trade all-time highs, right? It took out this all-time high, and gold has just been doing its thing. So for gold, I don't really have any trade idea for gold. The 3-hour chart, it's nothing really concrete. 1 hour. Okay, we had the break of structure here. We had this big imbalance here, right? We had this big imbalance. Okay, let's extend it to this point here. All right, so if gold wants to really be good, gold should likely run at least to this area here, right? And you can see that there's a trend line liquidity has formed there. Right, see this trend line liquidity. All right, just market review. All right, so we have our trend line liquidity. See it's trend line liquidity forming already. So you might see price also run higher. So gold has tendency to go higher and be bullish. And then you can see this bullish order block here. Right, so look at this bullish order block. So you can see gold, run higher at least to this point here. Right, so that's kind of bullish sentiment on gold. All right, that's what I have for gold, and that's what I have. So last pair, US30. So US30 has also been given that, that we took out over the all-time high, and then we have kind of made a bearish order block, right? So always be mindful of this. So we have a bearish order block coupled an imbalance. So if we were to sell this would be a good area. This other block in front. So if market comes back to the other block, that will be good for sales. Right, for now, wait market to get back to this other block. Right, if it comes back here and gives us a confirmation for a sell, then we can take the trade. Until price gets here, we don't have any trade. Or maybe if you want to, you can also do the lower time frame. But if you ask me, that guy does not have anything. So this US, this Nasdaq. So for Nasdaq, they just take out. Okay, I use this to teach my students during the weekend, right? So I taught my pay students during the weekend, right? So all right. So daily charts. I have this fair value gap here. All right, and then price is right now this fair value gap. let me just get the 50% of that February. Let me get the 50% of it. So 50% of this gap is okay. We have not hit it yet, right? So this guy might still go a bit lower. So let me show the 1 hour chart quickly. So the 1 hour chart, okay, 1 hour is currently bearish, right? We have this other block which has been tapped. Have this, okay, right? So let's see what 1 hour is going to do. 1 hour is setting up for itself, right? But I'm not really so convinced about this, seeing that this guy still has a long way to go up, right? Seeing that this guy has a long way to go up. This is US this is Wall Street again. So we have this other block here. Now if you look compared to it's Nasdaq. Nasdaq is giving a bullish structure instead, right? So let's see. Let's just see. We have this big imbalance here as well. So let's see what the market is going to do. Right? I don't really have anything concrete. I'll just be trading the lower time frame during the New York session, right? So have a wonderful day. Cheers.